Watch this.
History knows many successful spies, but today we want to pay special attention to our compatriot, who was born in the city of Lviv, now the city of Lviv. The case of Polish Army cavalry captain Jerzy Sosnowski became the most sensational espionage scandal between the two world wars. He managed to obtain the greatest secrets and deceive three of the world's intelligence agencies. Born at the end of the 19th century, Jerzy Sosnowski graduated from Lviv Gymnasium, received universal military training and served in the Austro-Hungarian and later the Polish armies. During the war against the Bolsheviks in 1920, he was awarded the Cross of Valor 4 times. After the war, a brilliant officer who knew multiple languages started his work in military intelligence. In 1926, posing as a wealthy and noble Polish baron, Jerzy Sosnowski moved to Berlin. The elegant and charismatic man with aristocratic manners quickly became a part of Berlin's high society. He built his network of informants using a highly original method, known in all intelligence circles as the honey trap. Jerzy started recruiting agents who were not German officers, but their wives, mistresses and secretaries. The handsome military officer led a luxurious life, hosting parties and receptions. Soon he achieved his first goal. Baroness Benita von Falkenhayn became his lover and agent. She worked as a secretary in the military department and was a distant relative of Erich von Falkenhayn, the chief of the German General Staff during World War I. Without her, Jerzy would hardly have achieved such significant success. Benita aimed to expand the network of agents and introduce Jerzy to new women. Jealousy was never an issue. It was all for the cause. Through Benita, Jerzy Sosnowski met Renata von Natzmer, who worked in the Ministry of War and held an important position in the inspection of the motorized troops. It was the authority where strategies for tank warfare were developed. Renata became Jerzy's most valuable agent. Becoming his lover and enjoying a luxurious lifestyle, she made copies of important documents. Her catch amounted to over 200 papers marked top secret. Thus, Jerzy Sosnowski possessed information about close military cooperation between Moscow and Berlin, including secret training grounds for German tank crews and aviators in the Soviet Union. However, his greatest success was the called Plan A. It was a complete outline of German forces and their subsequent military actions against Poland and France. Obtaining the full plan for the concentration of enemy forces was the cherished dream of any spy, but until then, no one had succeeded. The stolen documents held immense value.
Watch this.
Benita introduced Sosnowski to other women who provided valuable information for the handsome Jerzy. However, he wasn't stingy and generously rewarded his lovers with expensive gifts and bonuses for valuable information. For instance, Baroness von Falkenhayn received more than 125,000 marks. In just 7 years of work in Germany, Sosnowski spent over 1 million marks, becoming the highest paid spy. For more than 7 years, Sosnowski's operations went brilliantly. The most classified documents from the military authorities made their way to Warsaw. In the spring of 1932, a popular German newspaper, Berliner Tribune, published a sensation under the headline, "Who is Rittmeister Sosnowski?" The author was a rejected lover who had failed to establish a relationship with a playboy. The article claimed that Sosnowski was not who he claimed to be and mentioned Benita's name. However, the Weimar Republic police dismissed the publication as tabloid gossip. Jerzy, the handsome cavalry captain, continued his espionage activities for 2 more years. Things started to get tough when the Nazis came to power. His acquaintance with Hungarian dancer Leon Yako would prove fatal. In a field of jealousy, she exposed Sosnowski to the German authorities. At the end of February 1934, the Abwehr arrested the spy and the women working for him. The Ukrainian native shared both prison and lawyer with the leader of the German communists, Ernst Thälmann. Sosnowski was sentenced to life imprisonment. while Benita and Irena were sentenced to death for high treason and espionage. They became some of the last people in Germany to be beheaded by an axe. Jerzy witnessed their executions. After spending several years in a German prison, he was exchanged for 7 German agents. However, he was immediately arrested and tried for embezzlement and treason in Poland. When World War II started, prison guards hastily executed inmates. His wounds were not fatal and he managed to survive. He was then handed over to Soviet counterintelligence. After that, the trail of Jerzy Sosnowski disappears. According to one Polish general's testimony, the spy died in prison in 1942. According to other reports, he was released and perished during the liberation of Warsaw in 1944. The legendary head of Nazi Germany's intelligence, Wilhelm Canaris, inadvertently owed his career to our hero. Following Jerzy Sosnowski's disclosure, Konrad Pacyk, his predecessor, as head of the Abwehr, was dismissed.
Watch this.